about this feeling, baby, we're invincible.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Notts County. As always, if you're enjoying the save, drop a like on the video, that really helps out. Today, we're starting on the page of Vitor Mercado. He is our new centre-back, or one of them. He's joining the crew of centre-backs, because let's face it, there's a few. So I mentioned in the last episode that we'd sign up another centre-back. This is he. He's cost us £20 million up front, with a load more over the back end. But the main reason I'm interested in him, okay, I know he's only 6 foot tall, and for me, that's a big deal. But reasonable acceleration. He's not there yet, but he could certainly get there. He's got great stamina, though, which is helpful. Great heading. Jumping reach is okay, and it's improving. Mark and tackling are fine. I felt like, as far as prospects go, he was in there because he's only 19 years old and is already at sort of 2.5 star level, and that's a good sign. It gives him room to grow. So he has joined us as well. We've also got Asger Sundergaard, another one of those players that we signed when he was like 15, and he's finally joined us, and he just isn't that great, is he? But there you go. I dare say it looks like the next save will have a Romanian manager. It really does seem like that, does it not? When it comes to the end of the Notts County save, there might be a slightly longer gap after the end of the save, because this new save is going to take a little bit longer to sort out, because I'm a little bit concerned that I'm not going to be able to make this work. So that's concerning. So those of you that are over on the Discord, I may need to make a new channel on there so we can talk about this, because I might need some community help for this one. Have you lost the league on goal difference in a save before? I don't remember. If so, heartbreaking. Yeah, I don't think we have. I think last year against Liverpool was the only time I've ever lost the league on goal difference. I know we won the league on goal difference the year before, but the gap was much larger in terms of the actual goal difference. That was so damn close to us managing to sneak it out. But all in all, still a step in the right direction with our 87 points. That's enough to win you a title a lot of the time. Right then. I bit off a bit more than I could chew off camera, and we ended up playing 9 off-camera games because of cup stuff, and yeah, it was more than I thought, but we did it, and we're back, and let's go. First up, we had a 1-0 victory over Bournemouth in the FA Cup third round. John Carlos was excellent, but then Jose Guerra was the man to give us the goal. He finally seems to have rekindled some of his scoring form, and it's about bloody time, I've got to be honest, but a great win over Bournemouth, comfortable through to the next round. And on that same theme, we then went to Burnley away in the Premier League, a 3-1 victory. Pinto gave us the lead early on. Guerra added another one on 33 minutes. They did get one back through Lucas Nunez. Scared, but then we got a penalty, which Guerra dispatched. So suddenly 3 goals in his last 2 matches. He's starting to look a little bit more confident now. Dubois was phenomenal in this game. Bit more points coming towards us. Then we got a very scrappy victory away at Newcastle, but once again, it's another victory that we really needed to go and get. We went behind early on through Timothy Weah. They then scored a hilarious own goal. The ball just sort of ricocheted around and eventually went in off of Domingos Quina, and then Jose Guerra got himself a penalty. I think he actually won this one and was able to slap it home in the 69th minute to make it 2-1. You'll notice Remy Dubois, though, man of the match with 9 key passes. He was ripping Newcastle apart in places, but we weren't that great. Got the victory, though. And then this happened. A 1-0 victory at home to Chelsea, who admittedly, without Esposito, are literally a different football team. You'll see the league in a minute. Remember, they had 27 points after 13 games. Now we'll have a look at where they are and you'll understand what I mean. This was actually relatively easy and should have been by more goals. I was worried that we weren't going to get it. And then in the 93rd minute, Jose Guerra got put through. I can't remember who by. It was by Keskin. And wonderful finish round the goalkeeper to make it 1-0 to Notts County and give us a late victory over Chelsea, which we oh so dearly needed. A double over Chelsea is very, very nice, considering they knocked us out of the Champions League last year. So revenge, not quite, but getting there. Then we had an FA Cup match away at Wolves. Championship Wolves, I should point out. And honestly, I don't know how we didn't win this match. Look at this. The chances that were created in this game was outrageous. Jean Carlos created 4 chances by himself. I think in total, we actually have more than it says there. I think it was about 9 chances we created in this game. They went in front through Barclay, who looked like a solid English striker. I touched then gave us the equaliser. They then went back in front again before Guerra scored yet another penalty. He's been smashing them in lately, but we couldn't get past them and ended up with a replay. But then this happened. I'm kind of glad this wasn't a live comp because my fury was immeasurable. Literally, Southampton scored their first 2 shots of the game, both of which were long ranges. One was a direct free kick, and we could not score to save our lives, despite having 17 shots on target and absolutely abundance of bloody chances. It was outrageous. Padilla gave him the lead. It's a lovely strike from Padilla. I was expecting him to try and run through, and he just pinged one in off the bar, and then Harvey Elliott's free kick. I-Touch got us back into the match, but I couldn't believe this. Like, legitimately. 3 clear cuts, 4 half chances. We just, I don't know. To lose this game, I was gutted. Thankfully, though, we bounced back and did get a victory, a comfortable one in the FA Cup against Wolves. That being said, we did once again fall behind. Guerra got us back into the game, and then Jean Carlos was able to grab another one. You see, Guerra's been scoring in virtually every game off camera, which is a nice little surprise. Then we had a game against Leicester in the league. Bottom of the league, Leicester, who they got way more out of this game than they ever should have done. We went behind through Haidara in the 54th minute, and I was very concerned that we were going to lose to the bottom club. Thankfully, Cabral got us level against his old club. His 4th goal against them this season on the 61st minute. Jordan Beckart made it 2-1 on 63 for an own goal goal by Luis made it 3-1. Pretty comfortable, but then Walter Medina somehow grabbed another one for Leicester, and they did not deserve it. And then last but not least, a 0-0 draw away at Norwich City. We scraped past them with a penalty earlier this season, in a game we battered them in. And it was a very similar story here, or it should have been, but Guerra missed the penalty this time, and we should have beaten Norwich City, but we didn't quite manage it. Another clean sheet. It wasn't the best performance overall. Certainly wasn't as good as we were in the previous game against them, but Jesus, we've got to be doing better than that. And all that leaves us joint top of the Premier League with Arsenal level on points with us, Man United a point behind, and Liverpool 2 points behind. The gap of the top four has completely broken away now. Leeds have started dropping some points left, right and centre. They've only won one of their last 5. Bournemouth have only won one of their last 5. Crystal Palace have only won one of their last 5 and yet find themselves in 7th. Chelsea have finally started winning some matches again. But at one point, it genuinely got to the point where they got 32 points after 21 matches. Remember, they had 27 points after 13 games, and they've now only gained 15 points from their last 14 games. That's how far they've fallen off without Esposito. I think he is back now, which would explain their new sort of rise, but it's crazy to see how bad they actually dropped off. They're really going to struggle to qualify for Europe this year. Well, actually, maybe not. It's nice to see Palace back in the battle, though. But yeah, top 4 have completely broken away. We're still looking very, very good, but it's still going to be a massive fight on our hands to really get anything out of this year. I don't see us getting the 87 points that we did last year somehow, particularly with Champions League on the line, which is what today is all about. I'm certainly not even going to be close to getting top goal scorer. Look at this, Jordi Ferro is 17. But what we care about really is the Champions League. Away at Porto, you know, Southampton playing Leicester today. I'll probably mug them off. Celso suspended. Keskin is suspended. Itach has got a slight tight calf. We'll see if he's available to start or not. Oh, Joan Morel plays for them now. He used to play for bloody Lyon. I was looking at him for a while. And Carlos Carvajal is actually managing Porto now. So in the other games, you can see Inter and Arsenal drew. Chelsea did beat Real Madrid 3-2, but that's a pretty tight one. Barca and PSG drew 0-0. Milan and Dortmund drew 0-0. Juventus beat Atleti, though, and Liverpool won away at Ajax. Not a huge surprise there. Right. I think this is probably the kindest draw we could have got, in all honesty, but we've got to take advantage of it. It's not just as simple as that. Surely Keskin. Oh, so Keskin's suspended. So why on earth would my assistant not want me to start Acevedo? That seems utterly insane. I think I'm going to risk... I'm not going to risk him. I'm going to keep him on the bench here. Everybody else is fit, apart from Celso. So I think we're going to have to go with that. Yeah, the bench is going to be De Los Santos, Fernandez, Asman, Itach, Tininho, the little tin, the big asset, and Torgerson. He can come off the bench. That's fine, but I don't want him starting this match. I think we should be okay without him. Lever's done his best in places. Acevedo wants a new contract. I don't want to give him one just yet. We'll see in the summer. Also, here's a weird thing. You remember in the last episode, me saying, or it might be the one before actually, that we had a bid on the table for my man Darren Lever from Southampton of 47 million. Well, I stalled it on like the first day of the window, and they never came in to reiterate the bid. And then on the final day of the window, I completely forgot about it, and it just said the transfer had fallen through because there wasn't enough time to complete paperwork. And I'm like, but you never came back with an offer. You just let me stall for the entire transfer window. I think it must be a glitch, because usually it only lasts like a week. Right, let's go. They've got Juan Cordia up top. He's one of the players I was looking at originally from South America. Eventually signed for City, and I wasn't too bothered, but he's playing for Porto now, and he looks quite decent. What are we expecting from this match? Honestly, I just expect us to score. I think if we can score in Portugal and put ourselves in a solid position with that, we're on for something. But we've still got... Oh, hang on, what strategy are we playing? I didn't even look at that. We're playing the attacking version, and actually, I think away at one of the big sides, that might well work for us here. I think we've got to be aggressive in the away match to make sure we get those goals. Guerra. Oh, and Pinto! Good block, right, good. Aggressive start, that's what I want to see. I think if we could score a goal in Portugal, it might well be enough for us. Perhaps not to win the match on the night, but to do enough to win the tie. Pinto, drop it back for... It's another... Oh, it's Jean Carlos, okay. At least Pinto's got pace. Like, we've kept 80% possession so far in this match, which is a good sign. But we've got to do stuff with it. Jean Carlos, lovely ball for Darren Lever. Can he get inside his man? He can! Darren Lever, great save from the goalkeeper. That's more like it. This is looking very, very strong. We needed a good performance here. If we can win the away leg, I'll be very confident in us. And John Carlos now gets it tipped over the bar. 80% possession after 12 minutes. I do wonder if the wings might actually be an option for us, just because they're leaving us a lot of space in the centre of midfield. But what we want to be doing is getting it to the likes of Dubois, and Acevedo's through again, and his whipped hit wide. My God. Whips it across. Guerra picks it up. John Carlos. Cabral! Oh, and again saved by the goalkeeper. Definitely good signs coming from us today, but we need the goals. This has been a problem of ours lately. Guerra's ball in again. Lever's got to pick this up. That's it. Good touch. Really nice work from him. Pulls it back for Jespersen. Ball in. John Carlos, and again saved. Why do I get the feeling this highlight isn't over yet? Acevedo. Nice ball. And Lever's got it. Darren Lever's got it. He has to shoot, and he does again. Well, I think overall we've probably been the better side, but we got to take our chances. It just occurred to me, this isn't the attacking one, this is the more reserved option. Right. That's actually an option because it gives us somewhere to push forward to in the second half. I keep forgetting because it's got attack in the name. I always forget that the other one's called Notts County something or other. So actually this was the more reserved option. I think it's done well for us so far, but I think there's more to gain from this. Because if we lose 1-0, that's a really difficult one to come back from. Whipped across, Jean Carlos saved again. But this is where I think we might actually have some luck against them. Really closing them down in those areas. Cabral now. Got to get these wide players into the game a little bit more. Into the box, whoops it across again, and Lever strikes it at goal. Oh, now we're starting to hit the target. We might have to move to a more aggressive approach soon, because we're doing well, but it's not yielding the goals. Guerra's ball, wonderful whipped cross. Cleared, Cabral, Dubois, and it's wide of the post again. Right, 20 minutes, bit more aggressive. Try to find us that winner. Because a 0-0 here would be a bit awkward, to be honest. It allows a score draw to put them through, and we do not want that. Particularly as we've actually been pretty damn good on the night. Guerra's delivery. Whips it in, Jespersen, bottom corner. Porto 0, Notts County 1. Huge moment for Nikolai Jespersen. Another assist there for Jose Larsen Guerra. Sometimes you just need a little bit of set-piece magic. Everything else has kind of failed for us today. Good ball, whipped in. Jespersen's header, bottom corner, beautiful. Right. But if we were to come up with a second goal, that would be very, very comfy. Still got the second leg, but we are at home, and I'd feel pretty confident about our chances of beating them at home. And a 1-0 win away from home would very much help with that. Jean Carlos, look at the space out wide for Cabral. Just acres of room. He's got to pick out his teammate. Doesn't matter though, he's won us a corner. Oh, nice little ball for Lever. Can he dig a cross out? No. Still has it. Fernandez. Oh, what a whip. Hugo Fernandez, 2-0 to Notts County. I guess we just needed to go a little bit more aggressive. Hugo Fernandez has just come on at left back to replace Acevedo, who's just picked up a slight knock. Great determination though from Darren Lever. This ball I thought was dead, but he somehow keeps it in. Somehow flicks that back, and what a strike from Hugo Fernandez with that right foot. Bam! 2-0. Beautiful. We've turned a pretty average performance into a really good result so far, but there could be more to come yet. If we grab a third goal late on, this game is dead. Okay, they've pushed forward a lot now. Closed their midfield up, so we've got to be careful, but it could also leave gaps. Like that nearly. Oh god, what a ball! Really good pass. Well, it looks like, not only are we going to win 2-0, but Hugo Fernandez, who's not been on the pitch long, is going to be man of the match. Ball across. Lever will keep this in. Got to drop this back for Fernandez. Use that right foot, buddy. Whips it in, and it's cleared. Oh dear. God dear, somebody slide in. Dubois, go on, mate. Tackle. Don't, just, are you going to put the why didn't he put the tackle in? He very nearly cost us a goal there by just not making the tackle. Guerra. Hasn't scored today, but he has set up a goal, which is important. Jespersen, players left and right. That's a poor ball. But Dubois got it. He's got to slide in Darren Lever this time. He does. He's going to try and check back, though. He does so very effectively, in fact. And Dubois strike. Guerra puts in the rebound. It's 3-0 here in Porto. That is a glorious piece of play. Guerra grabs his 17th goal of the year. He's definitely improving. This is really good football. Lovely little ball here. But Lever does so well to actually cut back inside and get himself a chance here. Drops it back across. I think that hits the post. In fact, no, it's a poor piece of goalkeeping. Guerra's able to put it in. Assist by Darren Lever somehow. I think that might be a glitch. No, he has been credited with it. 2 assists on the night for Darren Lever. A 3-0 victory where we scored all 3 goals in the last 12 minutes. I will take that. I think maybe we should have gone a bit more aggressive in this game, and it worked in the end. Porto 0, Notts County 3. 3 away goals, none conceded. Brilliant performance, lads. Really, really pleased with that. Well, by the way, this guy here, Avelar, this was the guy I was telling you guys about last season that I was thinking about trying to sign for us. The guy that had a dislocated shoulder. I don't think he would have made a much of it. I don't know. I don't think he would have been a great deal for us at the time. In fact, looking at him now, I don't know. Injury prone as well, potentially. So, that's a really strong performance. Like, super strong performance. And Leicester City have won away at Southampton. So, I thought we'd have a little look at who's managing who Premier League teams again now, because that's fun, isn't it? So, Zizou's at Arsenal now. Marcelino is at Bournemouth. Simone Inzaghi is at Brighton. Still, I think. Julian Stepan is at Burnley. Frank Lampard still managing Chelsea. Jesse March still managing Palace. And to be fair, I can understand why. They're doing amazing. Cristiano Ronaldo, of course, managing Everton. Scott Parker is the man responsible for Leeds doing absolute bits. Paul Tisdale is managing Leicester City. Pep is at Liverpool, hilariously. Allegri is at Manchester United. Paul Harsley is at Manchester City. That must be a caretaker, surely. Interim manager, yeah. They must have sacked their manager again. Ruby is at Newcastle. Steve Mandanda is managing Norwich. Philippe Clement is at Nottingham Forest. Slaven Bilic is at Saints. Jean Domenech is at Spurs. Eddie Howe's at Watford. Starless Solbakken, who always pops up, is at West Ham. Few annoying little draws, but all in all, pretty damn good. So, next episode, it kind of has to be Arsenal. And Porto, obviously. I would do Man City and Porto, but I actually feel like Arsenal's just a much better tie to do, to be honest. So off camera, we've got Bournemouth, Man City, Everton, Man City. Then we'll kind of come back for Porto and Arsenal, a double header. But the Arsenal one's really the key figure in that because that's huge. If we can beat Arsenal in the home game, we have a real shot at putting ourselves in a position to win this league. But that game against City at home is going to be tough. Everton away, Bournemouth away, not easy games at all. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this episode, and I really hope you have, drop a like on the video, that'd be tremendous. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, that'd be awesome as well. Go follow on Twitch, I stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays, sometimes on weekends as well now, which is awesome, and I'll see you guys very soon. As always, hold your gun, capybara. Thank you so much for watching, bye-bye.